Hello everybody, welcome to Akihabara. That is the paradise for so many people that come to visit here of things to do and see. But we're not gonna be going down the main street this time. No, we're gonna be going to the alleys because that's where all the action happens. That's where all the danger happens. That's where, in many cities, people will get mugged and where we have some fun. And joining me on this episode is Alex.
Hey everyone,
Right
long time
up,
no see.
long time no see. You drove me on a live stream in Nihonbashi about 4
Yeah.
years ago.
I think, 3.5. It was September, October 2019 when I was here.
You haven't aged at all.
You neither.
Thank
you.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. All right, we're gonna walk here from Akihabara. This is a Suehirocho station, which is pretty close. It's kind of on the fringe of Akihabara, towards Okachimachi. And on the way, there are a ton of alleys, some of which I've never shown you before. Let's get moving. I'm aware that there's an audio switch every time I switch the camera, so I'll try not to move the cameras around too much in an effort to make it a smoother experience for the playback. Hey, Michael Sasano's here. I see Kelvin. Gloria. Bago Pork Grinds. How you doing? Konnichiwa. Yeah, the weather looks like it's completely different from yesterday. If you look at the live stream, we had nice sunny weather. And today, it was raining for a little bit, but the wind has certainly picked up. We'll have the external mics going. Should have a nice experience here. So Alex, how was your trip? So what was it like entering Japan?
It was a mess actually to enter. They made you fill out 2 or 3 digital forms on the website they created for vaccine procedure, quarantine and that stuff. And I mean, they had an idea, it was organized at the airport, but for example, I filled out the digital thing for also immigration and customs. So when I was at customs, the line for the people that filled out the digital form was super long, and the line for people that filled out the actual paper, there was no one. and I said, I filled it out already. Can I just pass here? I said, no. If you filled out the digital form, you have to get in line there. But then, because I was bored on the plane, actually I filled out the paper as well, so that was faster than the fast track QR code thing.
Wait,
so,
it's because you filled out the digital already, they made you stick with that? Even
yeah,
though you had the paper.
I took out my phone with the QR code and I said, I got it already. Can I just pass through here? No, over there is the line for people with the QR code. Here is only for people that filled it out on paper, which was no one.
It's only in Japan.
Yes.
Well, I think there's a lot of countries that stick to the rules, but that's pretty crazy. But
Yeah.
how long did it take you before you could get it out of the airport?
It might have been maybe like an hour overall. It was like not too bad. Like from landing to getting out of the airport. So
Right.
could have been worse.
The reason why I'm actually here is because this is the Sony service station, and this is where I dropped my camera in the water a month ago, and they said they couldn't fix it, but I actually fixed the camera and I brought it here. This is the Alpha 1. Some of you might know what's going on. This is a very pricey camera. I actually fixed it, but just the monitor's broken on the back here. So I asked them if they would fix it. This is an interesting story, and this is actually quite relevant because it's the same sort of experience that you had.
Yeah.
Because they previously said that it was unfixable, even though I fixed it, they will not even look at it to try to repair the screen, which is, I'm not angry because I'm used to it. Them's the rules, so to speak, but it's just disappointing because the camera works with an external monitor. I got it to work, and well, there you go. So thanks Sony for, I guess, nothing. All right, so the first place of interest that we're going to go to is 2K540. Do you know this place, Alex?
I don't.
Really? Well, if you're thinking about living here in Japan, you're going to have to, because it is an interesting place. I don't know how great the signal is, so bear with us. We're going to walk through here. This is underneath the Yamanote line tracks, and they've set up kind of I don't know, like artisans and craftsmen selling their stuff in this neat little village, and it's not something that I mean, it's not not like Disneyland, right? So I'm not sure how attractive it is for people visiting Japan, but you can find some neat stuff in here. And we are underneath the tracks, and I like the way that the city is making use of all of the space. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's like the prettiest it can get under train tracks, I think.
Yeah, I can't believe we're in the center of the city in a public area, how clean it is.
Exactly, that's what I mean, yeah.
Anybody can enter in here. Here are some of the stores. This is a ranseru. It comes from Dutch, I believe. These are the backpacks that kids have to wear when they go to school. Let me see, I'm gonna zoom in for a second. These backpacks can cost as much as $1,000.
Oh, wow.
They're made from real leather, and they're supposed to follow you through childhood for many years. They're well made. The style is very, I don't know, Japanese, but apparently it comes from Holland. So that's interesting that you find a shop here. I guess it's leather craftsmen that will make it.
Not that time for Leo yet.
No. Gosh, I hope he stays this size forever. And Leo, if you're watching this and you're 18 years old, I apologize. You are your own man, so to speak. Here's a wood craftsman. They had an iPhone case that was made out of wood, which I thought that was weird. Well, it does look good. There's a cafe over there. Yanaka Cafe. Oh, there's a haberdasher. Is that what they call the people who make the hats? Haberdashers? Looks like they make hats there. Japanese hats are too big for me. Even the smalls are like larges. It's nice. I think this place could use a few more cafes and restaurants to really make it more lively, but it never gets that crowded. I think that's kind of a shame, and I think maybe one reason is that people just don't know about this place. It's located between Akihabara and Okachimachi Station underneath the Yamanote line, and if you're ever walking the city, and this is something I encourage everybody to do, you see a lot more. I think you would just totally miss this place if not. Here's a cafe right here. Looks like they have pancakes in the shape of devils, including a mascot that looks like a devil. That's kind of cool. Oh, there it is right there, around the corner. Just looking for the entrance there. But we're going in this direction, actually. So we're gonna step out of here. You can hear the train above, can't you? When did you get here into Japan? Just recently?
Me?
Yeah.
It's 3 months ago.
You've been here for 3 months?
Yeah,
Oh my
December.
gosh.
Mostly in Tokyo though.
Ah.
Yeah.
Have you seen changes in the city?
I mean, if you go to like areas like Akihabara, Shibuya, all the businesses have changed. All the places since the pandemic. Other than that, I mean, not as many tourists yet.
It does
As
seem
in
like Japan has changed quite a bit since the last time you were here
Yeah.
in 2019, was it?
Yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few months before everything, before the borders closed, and now I'm back a few months after the borders opened. Yeah.
Yeah, it's changed a lot, and you know, I've been living here through all of it, and I've seen the shops close, and it was such a sad thing. But over the last few months, I've seen new shops open, and we're going to see some of them on the right side here as we pass. This is the Yamanote line on the right side, and a lot of businesses had gone out of business because they really did rely on tourists or visitors. This area is a very highly visited place by tourists. Without that, places went under. But they've just started to come back in the form of new shops and cafes and restaurants that cater to tourists. So I'm pretty excited Especially yesterday when I went to Asakusa and I couldn't even move in some places. You can hear the construction also all around us and smell it too, a lot of diesel engines. Okachimachi to Akihabara takes about 15 minutes to walk. It's not a bad walk at all, but you'd usually go slower because you find places like this. This is a really neat looking restaurant. You don't find too many places that have big windows like this in Japan. This is called Tokyo Butchers. You can get craft beer and duck lamb wagyu, I think they have as well on the menu. And next door is another place. Others with their brewing the beers. Jason from Canada writes in here, it's Alex.
Hi, Jason. It's me. Happy to be back.
This is the Egg Baby Cafe. Oh, right. I think last time I did walk here, this cafe existed. They even have outdoor seating, so you can sit right on the road here. Some good lunch, and that Von chick is saying, maybe we should get some lunch. Look at that, adult French toast. I think I remember that from before. It does look good. We'll have to get a coffee for sure.
Yeah, they love to put adult in those dessert
What
names,
does it
right?
mean? Yeah, adult dessert.
Yeah. I think that doesn't it mean it's not too sweet? Is it about that, or?
Maybe. So everybody, they even put the flags of the countries that might be interested in this store. This store is a Halal mart, and you can get things here if you're Muslim and you need to get halal food. There are places in Japan, so this is the proof right here. Nepal, Pakistan, Philippines, Vietnam, I see. That's interesting, put the flags up there, that's cool.
Yeah.
It smells ethnic, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's Chinese. Or is that izakaya? Hold on. Oh, that one's Chinese right there. Yeah, chuka ryori. The price probably matches the exterior, so you can tell it's not going to be too pricey. Here's a ramen place that looks like it serves up fire. And that chef looks like he could probably kick my butt with his finger. Somebody want to caption this? What would you say? This finger has been in many places that you don't want to know about. And it is powerful enough to mix your soup. I can heat your soup up with just this finger. I don't know. There's a lot of captions you can use. I'm not sure that he understands that could be a very meme-worthy pose.
I mean, if I had a restaurant, I would put a paper cutout of myself in front.
Yeah. Underneath the tracks here, of course they have just roads going through here, but they also will throw in a cafe. This is an okonomiyaki restaurant. This did not exist before. You're starting to see some of the chains that are popping up here as well. Hey, Jeff Kennedy! Jeff writes in here, hope you enjoy your trip.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
Yeah, you're going to be here through the cherry blossom seasons. Is there any place in particular that you would want to hit this year?
I just know the very mainstream touristy ones like Nakameguro. What else? Ueno.
All right.
Ueno Park.
Yeah, they're going to be crowded this year.
Yeah.
From today starts the first day where masks are no longer necessary to wear outside or in many places. Mitsukoshi and some of the department stores have dropped the requirement or them asking to wear a mask, and it's just down to if you feel comfortable, you can take it off. And it was just a matter of time before this hit, and I'm starting to see more and more people not wanting to wear masks because that would be normal.
Yeah.
The number of cases are so low right now, and I think society needs to go to that next point but we are there. All right, we're at Ameyoko now, and that, of course, is an alley. So we're going to take a look at an alley in this alley here, but you can see underneath here, there are shops and restaurants underneath the tracks, and there's some of the best places too. I don't know. I love to eat whenever I find a restaurant underneath here that comes up and that's new. I love to eat underneath because you can feel the trains above, and there's a vibe to it. It's a really neat vibe to it. Oh, hey, there's some amazake. Oh, wow, maybe the takoyaki place is open. What time is it now? 11?
Let's see. 11:30.
11:30. All right, maybe we can get some takoyaki before the crowds come.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, takoyaki. It was about 6 months ago that I walked through here and my mouth was open in shock when I saw Don Quixote had opened up right there. This is Ameyoko Market, and the Don Quixote just didn't belong. It's not a place that is known for chain shops. It's a place for the black market historically in Japan, where they sold everything from wristwatches, like fake Rolexes and stuff like that, chocolate, like all the stuff that was hard to get would be here from the U.S. after World War II during the occupation. So there's a long history of that, and now we see the family shop's gone, and what's popping up in its place? Don Quixote. Like what?
Yeah, that's a shame. Are we boycotting it?
No, I'm not gonna boycott Don Quixote. There's a lot of good stuff in there. It's fun to shop in there, but
Yeah.
most of the stuff isn't made in Japan. I don't know. It doesn't really support local businesses. It's just something I like to do. But I can't not go in there because it's just so interesting.
That's true.
There's some things that I want to buy that you can only find there. So let's have a quick look-see. We're now officially in Okachimachi, which is between Akihabara and Ueno, and we'll walk through here and see if we can get some takoyaki and stop there on the way. My friend Shimura-san is also going to be happy to see us, perhaps. I haven't seen him in a couple of months. I will not let him stop. I will not let him give me a bag of chocolate. He sometimes will just start handing me chocolate.
I might.
You might. My ever-expanding waistlines needs some takoyaki. Oh, look at the line. Oh, that's a line for the Hey, Tokyo Live in Japan is here. How you doing? The line for the takoyaki is quite long, but not impenetrable.
等一下，我哪里走？好，等一下往那边走了。你要逛里面还外面？往那边逛啊，逛回去。对，我在前面那个药妆去看一下。
This place will never change. They've been doing this for decades, and I continuously make this pilgrimage here on this live streaming channel. Why? Because things change all the time, and I don't know. Who doesn't want to watch me lose the skin on the roof of my mouth? How many can you eat?
If I wait long enough, then it's fine, but usually it just smells so good that you make the same mistake over and over.
Yes. I make the same mistakes over and over, and that's the beauty of it.
Exactly.
I cannot wait. My mind turns off when I see hot food.
And my last takoyaki was in Osaka in January.
Oh, wow. Well
Yeah.
done. Now you need to get it in get it here. Compliments of those wonderful super chats. Thanks, guys. Hey, Boggle Pork Rinds is going here. Burn, baby, burn. Really?
They want to see us suffer.
Oh gosh, really? Thank you, Raymond. We named one. This is what Raymond. Raymond, does that see? What's with the fire, Raymond? Is that for me or for the takoyaki? Who's that for, Raymond? All right. To be polite, I will put my mask on, which is basically a piece of a filter. Go for. You want to go for 4?
Yeah.
I don't think I
let's
could
do
eat.
it.
I don't think I could eat 8. Well, thank you, Joshua.
来一张哦。
We've got the fixings bar over here. You have mayonnaise, katsuobushi, fish flakes, and the sauce here. That is some corporate-sized sauce jars. はい、じゃあ4個2つ。Do they have an equivalent food in Germany that's like this?
Oh. I mean, street food, yes, but like the style with the dough, not that I know.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like the oliebollen's in Holland they have at Christmas time.
Oh,
Like these
yeah.
round little donuts. Hi, ありがとうございます。 There you go, buddy.
Appreciate that.
So, I would go sauce first, I think.
Sauce and then mayonnaise? That's
Yeah.
the way to go?
Oh, I missed. I have bad depth perception as a result of the... And then the chopsticks that you would take. Oh, that looks hot.
It's windy though.
Yeah,
I won't.
that's not exactly helpful.
Yeah.
I guess we just eat it here, right?
Yeah. That should work.
All right. I know what's gonna happen here. This is gonna be painful. Thanks, guys, for the food funds. There's a Paul J. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
So the trick is to open up the ball
Oh yeah.
and let the steam come out, but I don't know. You can open up the ball here and let the steam out, but there's a piece of octopus in there. These are much larger than the other ones too. That's what makes this place infamous here. Are you going in or are you waiting?
Man, it looks so good.
Right? You can't, right? That's the problem. I know what's gonna happen.
I might take first bite.
Are you going in? Dude. I can see the steam coming out.
Oh, it's alright.
Well, maybe you just have like
doable.
a steel mouth.
We'll get some water.
How did you eat that?
Well, it's not that bad. There's the octopus.
My eyes are watering. Hey Rainer, how you doing? All right, we'll try to find some drinks, like soon. Maybe now. Oh my gosh. That was hot. Somebody also said, I'm just making this up, nobody said it, because if I say somebody also said it, doesn't make me sound like the insane person. But what if you were to take the mayonnaise, open up a hole, and then put the mayonnaise inside the hole?
Uh-huh. Yeah, that could work.
Right?
I mean, it mixes in your mouth eventually, either way, so...
That's the point.
Yeah. Oh.
Kelvin says he does that. All right, well, I'll do it. The mayonnaise will take off the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
It's still steaming. Doesn't look like it worked too well.
I'm gonna put more in there. My eyes are watering again. I was just flushing with the pollen because I'm suffering from the hay fever the last 2 weeks. Don't get a lot of sleep.
Cheers.
Arigato. All right, let's go get a drink. Whoa. Gotta love the alleys of Japan. And that's an alley. That constitutes an alley. Oh, do you want? Let's see what the new flavors of the Kit Kats are, huh?
Oh yeah. Niki no Kashi?
Yeah. Oh, do you ever eat the king cons?
No.
Those baby oranges? They're called king con.
Okay.
And you don't peel them, you eat them whole.
And they taste good?
Yeah, you gotta spit the seeds out, but they're really sweet, and there's something really pleasant about the rind of the orange. It doesn't taste like an orange rind, it's just sweeter. So you can see here, they've got new kororo are these snacks. I don't think, if you've never eaten them, you wouldn't know, of course. But it's candy, but it actually tastes like the grape.
Yeah.
You've had these before?
Yeah, I love them. Actually,
Yeah, right?
I prefer them over like gummy candy, regular one, because I don't know, there's just something about it to bite into the kororo.
What is this? This is half biscuit. There's the banana caramel. I've never seen that before. Might have to try that one. What do you guys think? If you're a Daimyo supporter, do you want banana caramel?
It's an interesting combination.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much it's gonna taste like that, but the milk tea was really good. Milk tea Kit Kats were pretty good. And they've got the sakura matcha poki out too, which is pretty sweet. And if you look here, This candy shop's been here for decades, as far back as I can remember. They do have some cherry blossom confections. Here's some Hiroshima momiji, but they have sakura flavored, which is basically red bean paste. This one, there's a white bean paste, but they put some pink zao sakura in there to give it that salty floral taste, which I just love because it tastes like spring.
Yeah, sakura season is in full effect.
Yeah,
A lot of pink in the stores.
a lot of pink. You can see the Yamanote line cruising right above us here as we go down another one of the alleys on the way to Ueno Station, which is just about 5 minutes away. Let's see what we can find. We're gonna cross underneath the line and look at the other alleys here. Oh man, I could feel the skin coming off of the roof of my mouth. But this takoyaki place is just infamous. So is the kaisendon shop too. You can usually get a good kaisendon. I don't want to say great. I could say good kaisendon for like $5. I mean, you know, it's not the freshest, but it's not the worst. You know, it's like
It's
what?
a good deal. So.
That's a pretty good deal. The rain is keeping a lot of the people away, but it's not really raining that bad. I'm the kind of person at college, I would walk around, it'd be raining really hard. Everyone's got an umbrella out. Drenched me because it just felt so good. Used to work for the newspaper at Ohio State called The Lantern as a photographer. And I think back then somebody had taken a picture of me walking the outlier. The guy walking holding the umbrella. There's one time where the photographer got the All right, we're gonna turn underneath the Yamanote line here. I've walked down this stretch of Ameyoko before, and there's a lot of ethnic shops that have sprung up. They were basically like dried food, like shops selling the same kind of stuff, some fish, but now they've turned into restaurants serving like Korean, Chinese, Taiwanese fast food. Japan's a great place. It's where Taiwan and China can get along.
Yeah.
because those restaurants are right near one another. All right, this is where the alleys get super cool. Check this out. The alleys underneath the Yamanote line in Ameyoko are just as cool. I'm not gonna go in there because I know that the signal will die out. Hold on a second, I'm gonna switch cameras. A lot of the shops are closed. A lot of them maybe suffered through the pandemic and didn't reopen. There's a lot of jewelry shops, resellers, things like this. There's always interesting stuff in there. But it is absolutely fun to walk through here, and you might find something that you're interested in. I'm not gonna change cameras because it messes up with the audio here, but I'm gonna pan around. And you can see here, this is a Ueno 610 of Ameyoko. And that is an alley. There's not too much stuff in there, but the signal will die if I go in there. That's where the office is as well for Ameyoko if you ever want to get actually permission to film here. I see Jennifer French is here. OHIO! IO! Sadly, my Buckeyes lost the Big Ten tournament. They're out of the playoffs and the March Madness. This is new. So we're not gonna walk down this one. We're gonna walk down the next one because I've never taken people down there. This is called John's, or is it John A? Can't read that. No, maybe it doesn't even say John. Jalans. Can you read that? These are Jalans.
That one.
Yeah.
Is real Jalana.
Jalana. Okay, Jalana. I was like, what? That's mine?
Jalana.
You'll see a lot of pandas here. Do you know why, Alex?
I don't, but I noticed.
What? Because Ueno Zoo is right here.
Oh, that makes sense.
And the pandas
That
are
makes sense.
infamous. They're notorious. Stolen from China. No, they weren't stolen. They were gifted. But China never gave Japan more pandas, so they're really old. But they found a way to breed them. So we have baby pandas, and I think it's great though that they keep giving them Chinese names because the pandas are associated with China, and I think that there's a lot of friendship with the gifting of the pandas between the countries. So
Yeah. Diplomatic pandas.
yeah, panda diplomacy.
Yeah.
Look at the colors and the vibe. This is the best part of Tokyo, I think. People ask me, where do you like to go out and walk around? Here. I know Shibuya, Shinjuku, Asakusa is also really cool, and that's not too far away from here. But there's just something about Okachimachi and Ueno, that the roughage, it isn't the cleanest places, but it's still pretty clean considering. There's just so many colors and rough edges and character to the facades of the buildings and the streets. The bicycles here. I mean, there are rules and laws, but people seem to break them just a little bit here, which makes it cooler. Starting to get that strange incense smell that kids from the 1980s will remember from Spencer's. It smells like Spencer's. Ugh. Very interesting. So this is one street off of Ameyoko, and you can see it's still pretty vibrant here. This is a brand new hotel, Centurion Hotel. I'm not sure. I think they just renovated the facade, but it's still an old building. Which is smart, you know. Problem is, though, that we're losing a lot of the old buildings in Tokyo because of the earthquake proofing. There's a bottle shop. Interesting. That's some high-class liquor in there. Liquor? I hardly know her. Oh, so, all right. One of my favorite tempura places is around here. Hey, Sushi's here. Sushi, how you doing? I love sushi. Sushi, every time I send you a postcard, I'm going, that's going to Sushi. Because in your address, you have space. I like to write space. Space 16. That's all I'm going to say, because then you can be able to identify. But this whole street here, I love this alley here because it's got so much character. This is a place where you could eat outside, and then here you have a like a standing bar right there, and that has a lot of character, and it's a lot of fun because when you eat at a standing bar, you have to eat pretty quickly. Usually the turnover is quite high, and that's how they make the money, and that's why the food is cheaper, because the turnover is so high. This restaurant here, well, I don't know, they seem to, after 5 p.m., they seem to bring a few more seats out onto the sidewalk, so it'll stick out a little bit more. But these are the kind of places you have that vibrant, alcohol-infused laughter and talk that you get at maybe, I don't know, here. Osaka, too, has sort of a culture like this, but you don't see it too much in Tokyo.
It's like, I feel like it's cozier here than in like Shinjuku or Shibuya.
Yeah.
To go out at night.
Yeah, I think that's one way to look at it. It is cozier, it's homey, and especially for people that were my age and grew up in the Showa period, because it feels familiar. It feels like Japan, and I think it's gotten a little bit too clean and too washed out, and you lose the character. Now these shops here, some of them are new, but this one here is not. I'm gonna just give it to you guys. This is my favorite tempura place. It's not the best, it's my favorite, okay? All right, there's a difference. It's called Hama-chan. They got one in Shibuya, I think it's still in business. But this one is, you will get a bucket of tempura, and it costs like 1,500 yen or something. Wow. And it is amazing quality. I think it's really good. You'll get a mound of daikon, which is grated Japanese radish, and a little bit of dashi, and you can eat that. That vegetable goes really good with the deep fried goodies that you get with big jugs of beer. Oh my gosh, this is really wonderful. Hama-chan is what it's called, and they've got a few of the shops around here. It's really affordable, and you can, if you snag a chair outside, it's worth it. Great tempura. It's like the way it's tempura that's the way it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be over. Like, to me, tempura isn't supposed to be such an expensive food. It's just
Yeah.
deep fried goodness.
Simple
Simple.
and good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are also high-end tempura places, which I can't wrap my head around because, I mean, I don't know. It's just battering and deep fry, right? What's really
Yeah.
special about it? It's like paying $50 for a pizza, you know? I don't.
Yeah. I mean, there are also even high-end ramen shops popping
Oh, yeah.
up, even though that's like supposed to be more like a fast food, in my opinion.
That's what they say. You spend $100 on ramen, you're gonna want to stick around. Rain's starting to come down a little bit. There's a few more alleys that I want to show you guys before we end this. But you can tell the streets here have a lot of character. And I think if you're coming to Japan, you have to put Ameyoko on the map. And just yesterday, I think it was Dorothy, I received a message from one of the viewers on Instagram, and I recommended to come here to Ameyoko Market. I mean, if you come to Tokyo and you don't come to this area between Akihabara and Ueno, you are so missing out on the Tokyo
Yeah.
experience. It is not just Shibuya, Shinjuku, Asakusa, I don't know, maybe a place in between. There's places like this. Another place that people seem to not put on their map is Sangenjaya. Have you been there?
I've heard of it, but I'm not sure which area it is.
Oh, it's Joe from Virginia Beach. Hey. I plan to go in October. I hope to see you in person. I'll be here. I'll be here. We're gonna walk around this. This is a department store, but already we've made it into Ueno Station. There's Ueno Station right there. But we can't end right away. Can we?
No. We can't.
We can go a little bit. Now, I have some news for those people that are... So you're kind of a resident on a work holiday visa, right?
Exactly.
So you're kind of a resident here. You know about Takeya, right? The purple store?
No, I don't.
Really?
It's been only 3 months.
3 months is... that's not too long. Takeya is the cheapest department store in Japan.
Okay.
And it's here in Okachimachi. It's famous because they have purple as the exterior. But it's shut down and it's being renovated right now.
Okay.
I don't know if does renovating it mean they're gonna jack up the prices? Because that would sting. Probably not, because I don't think anyone would go there. But it was interesting. It's just some news here because if you're coming for that department store, it's closed right now. It's just temporary. A lot of yakiniku places. Again, like the quality is not gonna be the best. You don't put in the best here, that you do that in Ginza because then you can get a higher price. The clientele here are not as high paying, so you have to bring the food down a little bit. Maybe just because the area is a little bit rough around the edges, that's a good thing. But everything's always changing, right? I make a left here. Look at this flower shop in the corner of a department store, like the back loading dock. Those are like industrial elevators, right? So this is like a loading dock. Instead of using the loading dock, they turned it into a flower shop. That's nice.
Really making good use of space wherever they can.
That's Tokyo. So now that you've been living here for 3 months,
Yeah.
comparatively, the lifestyle from Germany, you're from Berlin, right?
Yes.
To Tokyo, which is another major metropolitan, which one is better? Which one do you like? What's unique about them?
I don't think there is a better or worse. It depends on what you like. And for me personally, I like the chaos, the organized chaos that Tokyo is, because you feel kind of anonymous. You're just in this huge metropolis, which is what I like, what I appreciate. But other than that,
So Berlin is not chaotic at all.
it is very chaotic, but it doesn't feel. I mean, it's not as big as Tokyo, and also you feel that. And I just like I need vibrancy. Like I like a lot going on around me. So I don't know. I feel comfortable here.
Okay, good. So, how are you with the language? Were you able to pick up much Japanese?
I mean, I studied as a hobby during the pandemic, so I already had like a base level, and I would say I can speak okay, but I don't understand that much yet.
It took me a year of living here before I even decided to learn Japanese, because I had a Japanese girlfriend who spoke fluent English. She was an English teacher I was teaching kids, she was teaching adults. I don't know how that happened, but yeah, she spoke such good English. She's like, why would I learn Japanese? And I didn't expect to be here that long.
Yeah.
Didn't know anything. And then, after I decided to stay, you really start to learn it. But one in the hiragana alphabet, and then you start to be able to read the signs in the menus. You get
you have this rewarding feeling, and you're like, and it's also for me, when the first time I was here, I knew like a few just like those tourist phrases.
Yeah.
But people really appreciate it because they don't expect it.
Yeah. Well, let's go up and we can end the stream up here in the top, because the rain is starting to come down. We're like, we're gonna keep this live stream going, and then it really is starting to come down. So could you see yourself living here forever?
I mean, I'm 22 now, so I don't think I'm in the position to decide forever, but I could see myself here for the foreseeable future.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, you can see Ueno Station straight ahead. The signal is cutting in and out. We're in not the greatest corner for the signal. It should be a little bit better there. This is where we walked around where the signal cut out. Now you can understand why. But we're in an open space here. Ueno is undergoing its own renovations. Yeah, a long history. You'll see shots of Tokyo, Edo period, and you'll be able to recognize this. The station, especially in the Taisho era, station's been here for over 100 years. It hasn't really changed much at all, the facade of Ueno Station. So Tokyo Paul says to stay dry. Thanks, buddy. It's not too bad yet. We do have umbrellas. Yeah. But that's pretty much the walk here. There's one other area, I don't think we're gonna get to it because of the rain. If you were to go straight ahead to the other side of Ueno Park, there is a really interesting area. That is the seedy, I shouldn't say seedy. That's the real, I don't know, the real Ueno on that other side, especially at night. A lot of snack bars, snack clubs, people being entertained by women of the night, so to speak. There's nothing illegal, but a beer might cost you a little bit more, but you're getting service, so there you go. Yeah, I typically don't use umbrellas until I really need it. It's not too bad yet. Do you have any final comments to the people out there? What did you learn on this trip that we took right now?
You should explore the back streets of Ukachimachi. That was the name. Yeah, it's worth it. Don't miss out.
What's your favorite Japanese food here now that you lived here for 3 months?
Recently I'm having a lot of curry, Japanese style curry. But it's so hard to pick like one favorite.
Since you came here last time and now that you live here, what's changed the most in your perception of Japan?
Like in my perception?
Yeah, because living here is different than coming as a visitor, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I was always kind of so much into Japan that I feel like I had a pretty realistic idea of like the good and bad about Japan. But yeah, I feel like visiting is for everyone, while living here is not for everyone. Like I'm on a working holiday visa, and if you're like among the lucky people who can get that, I think, yeah, the blessed people that have that opportunity, I think it's a good way to come here, just see the difference between a 2-3 weeks visit and really kind of feeling part of a society. And that's a good way to figure out if it's for you.
I think the best way is, to do something like that if you can. You know, even if you're on a tourist visa, you can still get a weekly apartment or something and just stay in one place for a couple of weeks, and then you really get to know it. But there's so many people who dream of coming to live in Japan. I think it's a kind of a broken, I don't know, if it's like they should first, the dream is not as great as Japan to me is an amazing place, but it's not the paradise that people say it is. It's still a place that has a lot of bureaucracy, rules, frustrating aspects to it. I think once you get underneath the belly of what Japan is, it can be quite frustrating, and most of the foreigners that I met here that were living and working as English teachers, I'm the one that's still here. They didn't last more than a year because of all those little things that just add up and eat at them, like getting a bank account and having to wait at places and not understanding why things work the way they work. Like, why would it work like this? It's frustrating. My country's better. You should learn how to do it from America. But it's just different. And the stuff works for them, and you're not them, you're somebody else. So, there you go. All right, everybody, I hope that this was fun. Taking a look at the alleys around Tokyo, it's so worth it. Try to get off of the subway and start to walk around the streets because you find and discover so many things. And if you've done it before, things change every few months. There's always something new. And if you haven't done it since the pandemic, I guarantee you're going to find some new stuff around here that might surprise you as Japan is just continuously evolving. Thanks, everybody. How do you say bye in Japanese?
Mata ne.
Mata ne. Oh, yes.
Thumbs up?
Oh, hey.
Sorry, it's screen sniper here, but no, you are a hard man to track.
We were going fast.
Akihabara.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, your glasses. Well, you earned this one here.
Oh, thank you. I mean, so today is my last day in Japan. I'm actually leaving at around 5 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah, so I saw you live, and I was just like, I need to go find this guy before I go. One last hurrah.
Absolutely. Well, here, let's get a picture. You
yeah. If you don't mind.
Oh,
yeah. I like your setup.
Yeah, there you go. They're seeing it. We're seeing it in front of the camera. Okay.
You mind if I get a
Yeah.
I can take that for you.
Oh, if you don't mind. Thank you so much.
No worries.
How cool is this? What's your name?
Steve.
Steve. Awesome.
Hey.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Check if you like
Appreciate you
it.
so much. I watch your walking streams every now and then.
Wow,
And,
thank you, Steve. Where are you flying back to?
Los Angeles.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to go back to the U.S.
I
know.
I mean, it's still rainy right now over there, but
Yeah.
Most of the time it's actually pretty nice. At least in LA.
What was the highlight of your trip?
Oh, let's see. I went to Shirakawa.
Oh, with the snow?
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Shirakawa go, he said. That's incredible.
I actually got to fly a drone there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I got aerial shots of just the thatched roof houses.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, it was so great. So yeah, that was probably one of the highlights.
Probably the highlight.
Yeah.
I guess you'll be back again to Japan?
Hopefully. This is my 5th time here in Japan, and I love visiting this place. I've been probably up and down all over Japan, so pretty much all the islands except for Okinawa.
I like how your glasses need windshield wipers.
I know.
I was like, what?
Same for me.
I mean,
I'm just cutting off on the live stream. So Steve also has joined us. Thank you.
Hi.
Thank you. Bye, Steve. Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Bye, everyone.
I actually got to head back.